What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning. He's watching Sesame Street. Morning Scone, presented by Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. There he is. Hey, bud. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, he's just standing there, y'all. Jason Truax, good morning. Robert Gremion, Charlie Cavell, Nick Torino, what's up, man? Been a minute. Dad, good morning. Dad, need to call me after the show. Or I'll call you after the show. Need to find out if you got some news yesterday. Cheryl, good morning. Chris Williams, Stephen Miller, what's up, brah? Good morning. Hope y'all having a great morning. Drew, what's up, Drew? You coming to say hi to Dad's show? Mama. Come see what? Part one. You want part one? Okay, part one. It's Classical Baby. So it begins. Y'all asked for Drew yesterday. Well, now you're getting him. Classical Baby. Alright, here we go. Part one. Boom. Lullaby Show, part one. There it is. Alright. Lullaby Show, part one. Alright. He'll be back in like 30 seconds and he'll ask me for like Veggie Monster or something. This won't last. I'll get my I'll get my calisthenics in this morning. Squats. Let's see. What y'all got going on, man? So Vandy, Kumar Rocker was awesome yesterday for Vandy. They forced game 3. DJ LeMahieu hits a jack. So it's 28 consecutive games that the Yankees have hit a home run. That is a Major League Baseball record, and LeMahieu's the one that hit the jack. Actually, a leadoff homer. So Pelicans free agency reports are they're prepared to make a lucrative offer to Al Horford. I'd endorse that. Curious to see how much that lucrative offer is. Part two? You just asked for part one, you crazy. So part one and then part two.
And then I'm going Albertsons.
Did we go to Albertsons? Who did we see?
Christy.
We did see Christy at Albertsons last night. Drew, man, there's a lady who works at Albertsons. Her name is Crystalline, but he obviously struggled when we first met her. He couldn't really say Crystalline, so she said he can call me Christy. So boy, when we go over to Albertsons and he sees Christy, we were standing in line to check out yesterday, and we were like, there was a guy checking out, and then there was an older couple, and then us. And boy, he spotted her, and he just let out the loudest, happiest, shrillest, giggle. Anyway, and she's like, "Hey." Okay, part one. All right, you can see part one.
Part two.
What do you want, part two or part one?
Part two.
This. All right, here you go, part two. Now you go ahead and you enjoy part two. You don't come back for another 45 seconds. Let's see. Dawn, good morning. Zachary Courtney, good morning. Brady Smith, what's up? What y'all got going on today? Joey Painich, Devin Kelly, Lenny Moss, what's up? Hey, Trivia, good morning. Craig Dugas, Hero. Bourbon Side of Baton Rouge, good morning. Ben Giat, Mark Landry, Jim Lewis, what's up? Devin Steve or Stibe? I'm going to go... I'm going Stibe. Devin Stibe. I'm going Stibe. Kyle Gallo, what's up? Ryan Wynn, good morning. Stephen Miller, how cool is that for DJ? Very cool. And coming from a fake Red Sox fan like you, Steven, it must be legitimate.
Part one.
Part one? Part one? You just asked for part two. Woo! All right, we'll see you later. Oh, and his backpack. One of them mornings already, y'all. One day we need to have like a a ticker, a counter, how many times Matt's gotten up and down during the show. I think this is number 4 already. 4 or 5. Classical baby. Hey. Hello. All right. Let's see. But in all seriousness, like, LeMahieu has been awesome, and if he's not in the All-Star game, that's a damn shame, man. I looked at the All-Star voting last week. I think he was 3rd among second basemen. And that's in the fan vote, and of course the managers get to add players. If he's not in the All-Star game, that's just All-Star game vote, and players get to vote as well. I think he'll be in there. Yeah, I think he'll be in there eventually. Somehow, some way. If it's not the fan vote, it'll be the player vote or the manager's edition. But if you're actually putting the guys who are worthy at this point in the season in, I mean. What, Bubba?
I go for white and car to Albertson.
Go for red and car to Albertson. Very good. I mean, Bregman should and will be in. Part 1. Part 2. Bregman hit another jack last night. He's got 22 right now. It's ridiculous. He's going to hit 40 homers this year. Bregman will be in. LeMahieu should be in. I'm curious about Nola because he hit a rough patch, but his reputation from a year ago may put him at the front of some people's ballots. And he's caught on of late. Don't misunderstand me. So it'd be interesting to see if Nola gets. I mean, LSU could realistically have 3 guys in the All-Star game. Been a fun first half, man. Let's see. Lenny Moss, babyface Brock endorser. Yeah, but so I shaved because yesterday I did the vampire facial at Aesthetic Medicine, better known as micro-needling. So really cool. If you want to see it, we, of course, did a Facebook Live, so you can go scroll down on my page and see it. Really interesting, man. Hi. What on Mommy's phone? Abby on Mommy's phone. Okay. You have long fingernails too, bro. Someone's got to cut your fingernails. Who do you think's going to get to do that? Because Mommy's a scaredy cat.
Goofy Mommy's phone.
Goofy on Mommy's phone. You want to sit on Daddy's lap and talk to Dad's show?
Goofy Mommy.
Goofy Mommy's phone. All right, we'll see you later. What are you doing? I know that stands. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, so anyway, it's a little device, and it's like a pen that has all these tiny needles on it, and the needles go like 1/4 of a millimeter into your skin. So you're not really, it's like barely through the surface, but it tricks your body into thinking it's being hurt, so it triggers your body's healing response to that area. And then they take your PRP, which is your platelet-rich plasma, and then they rub it on those spots while it's exposed. And so like all that collagen, all that good stuff gets in there. And so it heals fine lines and wrinkles. And some people have like acne scars, or it'll strengthen your skin. It can even take care of like stretch marks or scars, like surgical scars or other scars. I mean, it was really cool to do it. Anyway, if you want to see, you can see the whole thing. It's on my page. Just scroll down. Let's see. Richie Mercer, good morning. If I missed your interview with Alex Lang on AFR, I apologize. What's your thoughts on the possibility of him being called up in the next year or so? #Go Cubs. So you didn't, Richie. Alex and I talked. He was going to come on yesterday, and it didn't work because he was traveling from like Charlotte to Chattanooga. Anyway, so he's going to come on tomorrow. So Thursday, he's free until 4 o'clock Central. So I think he's going to come on an hour 1 on Thursday. Part 1. Okay, part 1. Here we go. Let's go back to part 1 where we just were. And as far as getting called up, like just full disclosure, Richie, I don't know enough about the Cubs rotation. I just don't watch the Cubs. I don't know enough about their rotation, their depth to tell you if there could be a spot where they need a guy to make a spot start. And also, if they needed a guy to make a spot start, where is Lang in that pecking order based on their farm system? Like, that's a question a guy like Hunt Palmer might be able to answer better than I could, just quite honestly. As far as Alex, though, the fact that after back solid starts, they promoted him to Double-A tells you they're advancing him through their system, like what they think of him as a prospect. And I think Abby Mommy's fun. I also think it's interesting that after he started the season, had an ERA of 20, that they kept him as a starter because most people. Aw, thank you, Drew. That was so sweet. You gave Daddy's hand a kiss.
Morgana, Moscona.
Yay! You spelled our name better than some adult people do.
Yay!
Yay! What?
Yay, truck.
Yay, truck. Okay. All right. Richie, the other thing is one of the things I'll tell you all the time, man, and Terrio set it off. It's like when Terrio got called up to the majors from Double-A. So you never know, man. Like once you're in Double-A, you're effectively just a step away from the base. I know technically there's Triple-A, but you can go Double-A to the show. And a lot of times that's just interchangeably guys going up and down. So it could happen at any point. So in the next year or so, yeah, I believe that could happen. What role? I don't know. Part 2. You just wanted part 1.
Part 2.
Oh, Lord. I think this is number 6. Are we keeping the tracker today? How many times Matt's getting up and down during Dad's show?
Yeah.
All right. Part 2. There you go. All right. Charles Alexander. What's up, Charles? Good. And of course, Alexander the Great, number 4. Great dude. Y'all make sure you pick up some Come On Man Cajun seasoning as well. Awesome product line. The Cajun seasoning, the crab boil, the shrimp boil, the batter as well, the mix. Y'all check it out. Come On Man products you can get at Academy Sports near you, all over the Gulf South. Y'all are supporting a great former Tiger as well. Hope you're doing well, man. Hey, Aunt Mary. Good morning, Derek Bordelon. Ronnie Duga. Good morning, Ben Clark. What's up, bud? Edward Cooper. Good morning. Blaine Smith. Morning, Matt. Really hope LSU not only opens up the offense, but pours it on to inferior opponents. When you take care of business and blow out teams at the half, you can get some young guys and backup players some meaningful snaps. That I agree with. I'm not so much for blowing out people just to blow out people, but I do agree with that. Like, that's, one of the examples that I remember from 12 or 13 was very good, Drew. Who do you see in those pictures? Who's in is that BMO in that picture? Is that Daddy? That's Daddy when he was a little boy. Hey, look, I'll show you. Look, this is Mama. Look, this is Mama. Long time ago. That's Mama and BMO. Look, there's BMO. And there's Papa. You see them? Oh, he said bye, Mama. Sweet. That's sweet. Bye, Mama. Bye, Mama. Sweet little boy. He's going through our whole family. Who else? Okay. Anthony. Okay, got it. Nope, we're good. Blaine, I do agree with you. What? No. Shh. You are a big faker.
What?
You are a big faker.
What?
Okay, go watch part 1. part 2, whichever part you're watching. Let me know. Blaine, so I think it was either 2012 or 2013 when Steven Rivers was the backup quarterback, and they had leads and they would never put him in the game, and then late in the game they finally put him in, like, to hand off and kneel down. I'm like, no. Like, let him go run the offense. So I agree with you completely on that. Devin, the second. Okay, I got it right, though. Devin Stibe. Got it. Line steady, team Scone minus 12.5. There we go, Gary. It's for the Red Rock and Blue celebrity softball game. I think I've recruited Doug Thompson to be a coach. Duggar says he wants an AB. I think I'll give him an AB if he wants it. But I think if we have a coaching tandem of Duggar and the Riot, we'll knock this out, man. We'll make it happen. George Mueller. Charlie, do you think 10 years is now the limit of effectiveness of a head coach? I mean, Nick Saban still doesn't stink. He's been there, longer than 10 years. So the answer is no. I don't think you put an arbitrary number on it. I think all coaches have to stay current and be willing to adapt to the modern game. I think one of the smart things that Dabo did at Clemson was, of course, he went out. Hang on, y'all. Sorry, one second. Hang on a second, y'all. Did you lock yourself in here? Come on, buddy. We have a third bedroom, and sometimes if the door's open, he'll just go in that room and close the door, and then he can't turn a knob. He doesn't know how to open the door. So, I forgot to hit the share button. Hopefully y'all will hit the share button as well. It's a big gigantor help if you could hit the share button. Appreciate that greatly, as always. And Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, our awesome sponsor here. Hope you don't, but if you need an orthopedist, they're there for you, and they handle all the subspecialties. After hours clinic. They also do PT and OT. So regenerative medicine. What, buddy? Did you say PT? Focus. Very good. Where'd you learn focus? Okay. So anyway, Charlie, I don't think there's an arbitrary time limit on how effective. Hey. Listen to me. I need you to use your words, okay? Not fuss. I need you to use your words. Please use your words and say, Daddy, I want. Say, Daddy, I want. Come see, I'll hold you. Say, Daddy, I want. Okay, then you're just going to go out to sit on the couch. Come on. You're not going to use your words, then you're just going to. I was talking about like when Dabo went and got Brent Venables from Clemson, and had Chad Morris coach his offense, and he's continued to adapt and evolve, and he went from what Clemsoning was to being a dominant coach. If anything, he's actually gotten better the longer he's been there, so it's possible. Barry Day, Horford over Lopez or Turner. I'd probably take Turner of those just because he's younger. I still think Al Horford could be a super effective player at the right price, and I like Brook Lopez as well. Any of those three I would take, but I think the right price matters. I wouldn't go spend all of your cap space on any of those guys. Like I wouldn't dump it all in one of those guys. So the interesting thing will be, will they have a more attractive offer? And also the first two, as older players, may want to go somewhere where they have a better chance of winning now, as opposed to waiting to build around Zion for the next 3-4 seasons, to where maybe New Orleans becomes a team that can be a playoff team. I mean, if you add another All-Star player, and then you've got Drew, another All-Star, Zion, Lonzo, Ingram, Hart, Jaleel. Now you're talking about a team that's competing to get in the playoffs in the West. Not win, but to get in. But it's probably going to be another 2-3. AD made the playoffs in year 3. It's probably something like that where to build something naturally and organically is gonna take a little time. Like I don't think that you can cut corners and fast track it. Dave Schultz, what's up, man? Hal Jubin, hey Tanya, good morning. Steven was talking about this earlier. Who will have more pressure on him heading into their season, Coach O or Zion? I think it's Coach O. I mean, Zion. I think you also have to talk about like realistic expectations, right? So like Zion's still and he's about to be 19. He's still going to be a rookie. I mean, what's the people want to see him. I think there's going to be great intrigue. He's going to sell a lot of tickets, and people are going to want to see blocks and dunks, and hopefully some explosiveness. But realistically, I think people are tempered with their expectations. LSU, I think, has legitimately large expectations this year. I think the Vegas win total is at 9. But they're going to be favored. If you look at point spreads, they'll be favored. The preseason, looking ahead at all 12 games, they'll be favored in every game except the Alabama game. So, and again, we've talked about schedules so much where Georgia rotates off from the East and Vandy rotates on. Florida, Auburn, A&M, all road games a year ago. They all come to you now. So it sets up to where LSU should. Joe Burrow's back. Last year you replaced everybody. You lost everybody. This year you got everybody back. I know you lost Devin White and Greedy Williams. I'm not trying to minimize that, but you've got numbers there. But you return your offensive line. You turn your top 6 wide receivers. You return Clyde. Of course, Burrow's back. Lawrence and Fehoko both came back. You've got guys like Phillips and Queen and Divinity, and Fulton's back, and Delpit. Oh, by the way, unanimous All-American. So I mean, you return a lot. You got some questions. Who replaces Cole Tracy? Who replaces Devin White in the middle? Do you have a back that can be a bell cow? What's the Joe Brady influence? I mean, so there are questions, no doubt, but I think there are also you have far fewer questions than you did a year ago, and you've got a far more manageable schedule. So I just think the expectations are legitimately high for this LSU football team. Gary Burkett, I'll set the total 7.5 times Scone gets up there in morning Scone. I think we've already gone over, man. Cheryl, and I don't think DJ's going to the All-Star game. I think he is going to the All-Star game. I think, be it a player vote or coach's edition, I do think he'll be there. Saw the basketball team is starting the strength grind. I can honestly say I'm more in for basketball than in for football. That's interesting. You're a bit of an outlier there, Craig, but it's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited that people are excited about the basketball team, because you can't always say that. Charlie, playing in New York hasn't affected DJ at all. So true. He's thrived in it, man. He's gone about his business. Matthew Rogelio, good morning. Blaine Allen, good morning. Devin Stibe, Coach O, no doubt. A lot of y'all are answering that question. That's interesting. Let's see. If the Pels land Horford and everyone manages to stay healthy for a majority of the year, Pels are a playoff team. I'd agree with that. Now, you might be an 8 seed and you're bounced in round 1, but I agree. If you get Al Horford and add him to this team, you're a playoff team. Craig Savoy, good morning. David Schultz, wow, looking 25 years old after yesterday. Do I look younger? Don't mind the baldness and the disheveled hair. Feel like it, man. I need to go look. My skin is definitely smoother. It's crazy, man. The stuff that they do, like the technology, the stuff that is crazy. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, the Yanks and Rays were tied. Today, the Yanks are up 6 games. That's what happens when you go and beat the mess out of the Astros. 3-1, a 4-game set. You sweep the Rays. Doggone right. Dude, we got to talk, too, about the Yankees and the Red Sox playing in London this weekend. I'm a bit torn, because I like novelties, right? I like when they play bowl games at football stadiums. I like when they play that hockey game in a outdoor venue. I like things like that are that they're just different. I like novelties. So you're taking the Yanks and the Red Sox to London. You'd think I'd like that novelty, but I kind of don't. Mostly because there's already so much travel in baseball. I don't like flying teams across the ocean to go play in London. Like, if you wanted to do something, whenever they do like the opener I think they did the opener in Japan one year. I think Tampa went and did it. Okay, you want to go play a game like a week earlier, go play in Japan, and then fly back and let the teams get rested, and then have opening day. Okay, you want to do that as an exhibition? Okay, in the middle of the season, I got a little trouble with it, but I still think it'd be cool. Anyway, it'd be cool to see. Stephen Miller. Try that micro needling before our wedding last year. Work great. There you go, man. Good to know. Hey, Jesse Mapes. Good morning. Lori Prophet. Good morning. Stephen Miller. Dave, the Yankees may not lose again this year. Yeah, bro. Jeff Brenner. Good morning, dude. Dave Schultz. They've been bashing the ball for sure. Studying more pitching for October. They'll make a deal at the deadline to bring in a starter. Who it is, I don't know. I'll be very interested to see if they go make a run after Scherzer or Bumgarner. Hard for me to imagine the Nationals shipping Max Scherzer. They may. I think it's much more realistic that the Giants, who stink, would sell off Bumgarner for assets. And I'd be curious to see if being in New York, back in contention, sort of lights that fire for Bumgarner, if he can channel what he was in the postseason, 5 years ago. I'd love to see it, man. But they'll add another pitcher for sure. Brian Ashcraft, what's up? Leroy Blanchard, good morning. Blaine Smith, if the Yankees add a great pitcher, they're probably the favorite to win the World Series. I don't think there's any doubt that's true. Josh Long, going to have to start tracking. I guess that you're tracking my ups and downs. Paul Rogers, what's up, man? Brian, so Hampton is going to be 80% football, if I read that right. Yeah, really good piece by James Moran at Tiger Rag. When he's on campus through the bowl game, he is 100% football. So he will not go through fall baseball or anything. He's 100% football. Then in the spring, he'll go to baseball. The crux of what James wrote is talking to both Maneri and the coaches is the key for Hampton in baseball in the spring is to be good in football. Because if Hampton really struggles to pick up the playbook or whatever, it's going to be harder for Ogeron to justify letting him miss spring football. Does that make sense? So essentially, you need Mo Hampton to show up on campus and be good. Be locked in, know his playbook, all that stuff. Go through his freshman season in football. And so then when the bowl game ends, he can go to baseball. Let's see. Devin, you're better than me, Matt. I wouldn't keep changing it. Talking about Drew's show. Yeah, man, but then he'd just be fussing and stuff. You can't explain to him, Dad, he's doing a show. You have to be patient. But you can't he can't conceptualize that. So if he asks politely, I want to reward that behavior. So if he says, what? Then. He doesn't get everything he wants, and we work on soft nose and things like that. But in this instance, I really don't mind. Hey, Adrian Bowser, good morning. Lowell Cormier, good morning from North Dakota. Look at you, man. Caleb Clark, good morning. Stephen Miller, J-Dub looked primed and ready to go last night, crushing softballs in league. I told him I was going to set him up in the parking lot and catch his homers. I'm ready, dude. It's going to be fun. Jeffrey Sanford, that's, by the way, the Red, Rock, and Blue celebrity softball game. Coming up Friday, July the 12th. Be there. Jeffrey Sanford, good morning, Brian Wynn. Word has it Drew is laying a large number down on Team Duce. Any truth to that rumor? No truth at all, because Drew has no money. And neither does his dad, because he spends it all on Drew. Justin Jones, James Pittman, Brady Beacom, Jason Meads. What's up, y'all? Eric Hart, good morning. Another shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They're tagged in this post. Hopefully y'all will go like their page. Big help. And if y'all, by the way, do me a favor too. Anyone who's been to Brock recently, in the past, whatever, post on here and let me know if you've gone. Maybe like a little testimonial, or send me a private message if you want. Either way, it just really helps. I can send those. They always like hearing from from satisfied clients. So if you've been by Brock or anything like that, you could shoot me a note. That'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. Eric Hart, Matt, I want a shirt like you're wearing today. How do I go about getting one? So this, you'll see Carrie Hughes, who watches. Carrie made a handful of these. I guess he had somebody sketch the graphic, do the calico. He did one like this. He did it in white, did it in purple and gold as well, and he sent them to us. So I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's really cool. So you'd have to ask Carrie. So Carrie Hughes pops on here and watches. You can search his name on Facebook. But really, he's also Dale Brown Court on Twitter. So. Anyway, shoot him a message and he'd be the guy. I don't know if he has any more, but he's the one that had these made for us. Chad Dupuis, what's up, dude? Lowell Cormier, LSU football is Coach O recruiting enough O-linemen? Recruiting, yeah. He's got to get him committed between now and December, signed December. And Mike D told us last week 3. That they're going to add 3 more off. That's the target, is 3 more offensive linemen. So I think. Obviously, you got to leave a spot for Jacobian Guillory, Jaquelin Roy, the defensive lineman, the top 2 linemen in the state. And then if you want to add 3 offensive linemen, you're going to have to lose somebody along the way who's currently committed. Maybe the one that seems most obvious would be that kid Barry, Jordan Barry, the 3-star defensive lineman from California. It would just make sense. I mean, if you're able to add these monster in-state kids, well, then sort of the guy from the other side of the country who's one of the lowest-rated prospects in the class, he probably fades off. So I absolutely think they will. Matthew Rogelio. Matt, just found out I'm going to be on call the weekend of the beer tour. Might have to find a new job. I think so, man. Beer tour is going to be legit, man. But hey, if you have to cancel, I don't think we have like a cancellation policy or anything like that. But let me know. Shoot me a note if something comes up. Wyatt Dwaron, what's up? AJ Holland. Went Monday, going back Tuesday to OLOL Companies. There you go, AJ. Appreciate that, man. Cheryl had an awesome experience at Brock last week. Thank you, Cheryl. Appreciate that very much. Morning, Drew. What about DJ in the majors? Why we talked about LeMahieu a bit earlier in the show today, man. I think he will make the All-Star game this year. He's deserving, and if he doesn't get in on the fan vote, I think either the player vote or the manager's choice, he'll get in. And he deserves so. They let you cancel 7 days in advance. Okay, so for the beer tour, Jay Ducote is the one who organized the ticketing through his Eventbrite or whatever it is. I don't even know. So he's the one that has all that. Basically, Lee booked the bus, Jay did the tickets and the breweries, and I promoted and sold all the tickets. So anyway. Charlie Cavell, beer tour with man. So Charlie, we did one last summer. It was me, Jay Ducote, and Lee Feinswald. Last June, we went to 4 New Orleans breweries. We went to Wayward Owl, Port Orleans, Urban South, and NOLA. Really fun day. So this time we're going to go North Shore. We're only hitting 3 this time. That was some of the feedback we got, was that people would rather more time at 3 breweries than to kind of be sped up a little more through 4, because we don't want to keep people there all day. So I think we meet at Tin Roof at 9. Depart like 9:30 or 10, and then we'll hit the North Shore. We're doing Abita, Chifuncta, and Gnarly Barley. Those are the 3 we're doing. You're guaranteed 2 beers at each stop, and if you want more, you can buy them. And then we have beer, obviously, on the bus there and back as well. So it was a really fun time, and we had a great Like, we had a great time, man, last year. It was amazing that everybody, like, we didn't lose anybody. I mean, you think a bunch of 60 adults getting on a bus drinking beer all day. We didn't lose anybody. Nobody got sick or anything. Nobody got belligerent. Like, it was just a really fun day with some great people. Like, you had some sons gave that tour to their dads as like the Father's Day present. So you had fathers and sons. You had some husbands and wives. You had some like buddies that had been friends forever that went together. It was a really fun group and a fun trip, man. It would be worth the price just to hear the musings of Lee Feinswag. That's funny, man. But Charlie, it sold out, man. It sold out in 72 hours. Like, we put it up on a Friday, and by Sunday it was sold out. So, or by Monday it was sold out. So yeah, it sold out, man. We did, and then we had one bus sold out like that, and so then we were like, well, do we open up a second bus? So I put out a call like who would be interested, and we got like maybe 30 or 40 people that were like, I want it, which is a great number. But if you have to reserve a bus that seats 60 or whatever it is, you can't half fill a bus. It's just financially not worth it. You can't make the numbers work. Like, we'd end up losing money on the thing. So that, and then the cost of the beer and everything like that. So anyway, all right, Charlie, come do one in Shreveport, Bossier. Maybe if we did something like that, or Houston, we'd probably do an overnight thing, and it might not be a bad idea. Like, where you take the bus up, spend the night at one of the casinos, let people gamble or whatever, and then do like on a Friday, then do the beer tour on a Saturday, stay Saturday night, and then come home Sunday. Like, that's something that we may consider doing, but we'll see. All right, that's going to do it for us, y'all. Let's go say bye to Drew, and then we'll bid you all adieu and have an awesome day. Look at this dude. He loves his drums now. What you laughing at out there? Drums. Hey, Drew. You want to say bye to Dad's show? Drew, say bye, Dad's show. You gonna blow him a kiss? All right. He's preoccupied looking out the window and playing his drums. And watching Classical Baby. Okay, bud. Well, we'll see you later. All right, y'all have a great day. Bye.